So, my sister-in-law sent me a text the other day. That was a screenshot of a text from my dad. For reasons, I left the family chat. And my dad sends this message in about how he keeps seeing more and more YouTubers veering into the occult and divination, and how it means that we need more corporate prayer. So I decided it's time I do another tarot review. I have been waiting for a little while to do one. I keep meaning to do one, and other things keep coming up, things that I'm a little bit more like interested in at the moment. But you know what? I made some space, I made some time. Let's talk about the Lord of the Rings tarot. All right, not as set up as most of my videos. I've got a big ass coffee in the corner though, so we're gonna go with it. And I hate these things. What do I have? Ooh, I have this to open it because I just ripped my fingernail. So we're gonna open it with a sword. Ow. That fingernail, man, it's gonna be a problem. I haven't ripped a nail in a little while. I was doing really good. I like bought some nail strengthening stuff. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm even like taking a multivitamin, trying to like figure out why my nails keep breaking on things. They're not even long. They're super short because I just trimmed them. Come on, plastic. Okay, we got plastic off. So I haven't opened this yet, like I said. So you see the art a little bit better here. I really liked the kind of illustrative-y kind of look to it. We got some runes there. Insight editions. Oh, there, it did have the illustrator. I'm just blind. Illustrated by Thomas Hijo. So there's probably more of them. And written by Casey Gilley or Gilley? Probably Gilley, maybe? I don't know. All right, so I'm an idiot and I just didn't notice it, which is standard. I've been extremely unobservant lately. Okay, so we start off Lord of the Rings tarot deck and guide. Cute. Oh, I like this. Okay, it's not even gonna all fit in the screen because of where I got the camera set. That is cool though. It unfolds like a map, which is gonna be a pain to re-put back together every time you want to look something up. All right, so a little preview here. Welcome to the road. Sorry. In your hands are 78 cards that when spread before you will create endless paths to endless destinations, inviting you to explore the past, present, and future, combining the heroic tales from Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. Do you say Tolkien or Tolkien? With the legacy of tarot, this deck grants you access to your own great adventures. On your path, you'll see familiar faces in the roles of the major and minor arcana, guiding you along through the lessons of tarot, encouraging your journey of self-discovery. These characters are here to help you learn about yourself and the ways you interact with the world. I like that definition of tarot. That is a good definition. That's kind of how I like to use it. I don't view it so much as like divination, but as like a lens, like a reflection. They challenge your assumptions, spark aspirations, and prompt you to examine your intentions through reading for yourself and others. Pack your lemmas, sharpen your axe, and get ready to wander into a mystical realm, but be prepared. There's no knowing where you might be swept off to. I actually want that line as a tattoo sometime, but word tattoos are hard. Solid art card on the back, I guess, for some stiffness. So all the cards are folded with this map thing. It's a nice little gimmick, but I don't know how usable it's going to be, so we'll probably revert to like I do most of the time for cards I don't have learned yet and just look them up online very quickly. I do usually like to go through and see what the authors have said. All right, so we've got like a Hobbit door combination, little Eye of Sauron. I like that. I also like when the boxes are like this with the ribbon because it makes it so much easier to get them out. Go, the One Ring. I like that too. I like the design. It's like bricky. It's a cute little box. Okay, so usually I've got them in order. Let's see what we got. I'll just take them away this time instead of stack them up. It's got the Fool, the Magician, obviously. These cards are actually kind of nice and, geez, I keep bumping into that. I apologize. The cards are kind of nice and thick, actually, like a decent quality cardstock. The High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, that's cute, Strength, yeah, the Hermit. We do have like, I don't know. I don't know how much I agree with that, but I like the imagery because in the beginning of like, you know, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, that's where we got him. The Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man. I do like this imagery as a reflection. Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower. Okay. I do like that. I'm a Tower girl. I'm always out for the Tower. The Star, the Moon, the Sun. Oh, I keep bumping things, man. I am clumsy. The Horn of Gondor. The World. Oh, that makes me really happy. All right. Yeah, these cards are thick. Okay, so now we've got a change here. So we have rings introduced. And rings in this deck are probably pentacles. Or maybe, so the 3 of rings. Okay, so we've got the ace. Oh, that's a weird way to order it. So we go to the king. Make your guesses. I'll look at the end what we think it is. So let's see. So we've got the King of Rings, the Queen of Rings, the Knight, the Page is a little int. And then we go to the 2. This is a really weird way to order it, but I can deal. The 3 of Rings. So we've got literal just rings here. I guess that kind of makes the artwork a little faster for these like mass-produced stylized decks. And I'm not mad about it, to be honest. A simple image can be kind of nice, though it makes it feel a little bit more like playing cards. And I don't know how you can like necessarily look at the image and get a lot out of it intuitively. So you would kind of have to like, I think for a lot of these actually know the cards. Okay, so that's the rings. So what do we think it is? The 3 of the rings talks about finding fellowship, which to me would imply cups, but I don't know why they would replace cups with rings. And I have to unfold this whole thing, so we're going to get to the end before we figure it out. So that way we can deduction. So the rings are not the swords. I'm willing to guess they're pentacles. And then the King of Swords. I like how this kind of feels like an old illuminated manuscript almost. Almost that style. I like very line, shady, hatchy styles. Page of Swords. Oh. 2. A little bit more imagery in the 2 here than we had in the rings. 3 of Swords. Still the same angle as you would have in a normal 3 of Swords. I like the interlapping. Some orc swords for the 5, or brain, 6. Ooh, Shelob for the 8. So we get a little bit more creativity maybe with the swords than we do with the, this hangnail. Oh. 9, the 10. And we have the cups. So I'm gonna guess ring is the pentacles. A lot of these like pop culture decks like to replace the pentacles with something else. Typically it says coins, but I have oh my gosh, brain, come on, it's too early. I haven't finished this coffee. Jesus. Nightmare Before Christmas. Jesus, that took me way too long to remember. I have a Nightmare Before Christmas deck that uses presents. which I'm going to do that one at some point too, probably soon. King of Cups and the Queen, the Knight, and the Page. So we've got our Two of Cups, our Three. It makes me kind of sad that they've just done this because like the Three of Cups is one of my favorite cards and it's just kind of there. I do like the tankards and the Four. So we're getting fancier cups at least. And this does make it quicker to go through. I'll probably get this posted up soon. I'm not going to do any editing. Just going to throw it up. All right, we're to Wands. So yeah, rings or coins or pentacles, which makes sense. And that's what I thought initially. So here we've got the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Queen. Oh my gosh, the thickness. I don't want to bend the hiccup to celebrate them, then separate them. Jesus. Page 2, 3. I do like that one. 4. Harder to pick up when there's not many in there. The 5, or this, I keep doing that, the 6, 7, 8. I keep looking at this stack here and reading that number while holding the card. The 9 and the 10. Okay, so open this up here. So as much as I like the idea of this, it is definitely going to be hard to use. So Boromir is the Knight of Swords. Pippin is the Page. Let's see what else jumps out. The Knight of Cups is Aragorn. Okay, sure. The Knight of Wands is Tom Bombadil. Arwen is the Queen. They give you, oh, that's cute, some little like pop culture references in your spread. So the trilogy, Second Breakfast. If you find yourself in need of nourishment or feeling drained, the spread can help you identify how you can reclaim your energy. That's cute. I like that a lot. And then we have the Road. So I do like this. Again, I really like this, how it's like, you know, folds out like a map. It goes along with the theme, but this is just cumbersome. Like, there's way too much of it. So yeah, suit of swords, of cups, suit of wands, rings must be on the back. A suit of rings. The king of rings is Saruman. We got Eowyn as the sun. The witch king of Angmar is the devil. Legolas is justice. The horn of Gondor for judgment. Yeah, so we've got a lot of, you know, references. Some of the placements I may agree with, some I don't. As usual, let's do a little, we'll just do a little 3-card quick, because I do have a meeting to get to, but I had the time and the space to do this, and that's what matters to me, is having this space. So we'll do a quick, like, tell me about yourself reading. Normally I would collect cards that get thrown out of the deck, but it's a little early for that because I haven't even asked a question. So I want the deck to tell me about itself. We're just going to do 3. So we're going to do, one of my favorite questions to ask is, what topics do you like to talk about? Like, what topics are you good for? What's your impression of me? And sometimes that can be a signature card that comes up. I have one Oracle deck that when I asked it that, it gave me the swan. And then literally every time I would ask a question about myself, it would like pop up with the swan. So that's kind of a good way to like find your signature card, your like the card that signifies you or someone else. Like, what do you think of this person? And geez, they are nice and thick. And I really do like that. I have like tiny hands, so shuffling is these like bigger cards is always difficult. And like I said, I haven't finished my coffee, and I'm trying not to lean on the table because I don't want to shake the camera. All right, so we're gonna ask what topics you like to talk about. I always flip that way. So the Knight of Swords. And as usual, I'm going to look them up in the book thing because I like to get the illustrator and author's like information on what they think the card means when I do these. So let's find him in this big poster. The Knight of Swords. This side here. Swords, swords, swords. Boromir. Valiant, reliable, and at times a bit stubborn, Boromir's quest as the Knight of Swords is charged with action. His vision is singular, and he pursues his goal relentlessly. When he rides into your reading, it's with an impassioned plea to seize your future. Don't ask for permission, fight bravely, and keep your honor until you've reached your goal. So, card likes to talk about things that are like, go and do, be active, get the thing, do the thing, like inner reflection for like when you have to make a tough decision and you're not quite sure, like, you know, that's the type of questions you need to ask this deck. What topics do you like to avoid? So we've got the Eight of Rings. The Eight of Rings. Just as Aragorn, when trained by Elrond, you will be called to hone your skills. The Eight of Rings provides encouragement, assuring that you are on track. Continue to study, ask questions, and practice. So it doesn't, this deck is not for assuring you, which means it, to me, especially paired with like the Knight of Swords, this is a deck of action. It doesn't want to coddle you. It wants you to like pick something, make that decision, and go with it and be active in those choices. A lot of active energy, which makes sense. It's not gonna like coddle you. Again, makes sense with the theming of the deck. So then I'm gonna ask, what do you like think of me? And the Six of Rings. No hero is too great to offer a helping hand, nor too foolish to refuse assistance. The Six of Rings speaks to both offering and accepting help. No matter which side of the scenario you're on, embrace generosity with a humble spirit. So obviously, this deck doesn't know me very well yet, but I tend to agree with that, with my actions I tend to do. And let's ask one more question and give it a little mix up, because I want to ask it about our journey together. Like, what is it here to teach me? What is it here to help me with? And that can be kind of similar, like what topics you like to talk about, but I view it as a little bit different. And this is one of those layouts where I don't lay the cards out in a specific order first. I don't think there's an order that really needs to be done with this one. I actually don't do orders with a lot of my layouts. I just kind of pull cards and lay them. Sometimes if I'm asking an in-depth question, I will, but these are all standalone questions, so I can just pull each card separately. So Six of Cups. It is rare that I don't pull a cup, so this makes sense. Six of Cups. What do they say? You find yourself reminiscing about the Shire, about simpler times and the joys of uncomplicated living. Your heart is longing for a connection to your past, a walk down memory lane, and a happiness similar to the sort you once felt. You can bring the energy of the Six of Cups into your life by reconnecting with old friends, visiting your hometown, or even taking up activities that once brought you joy. Allow yourself to play and be nostalgic. So I would say, even though it's a very active deck, it's like, goal here is to work with me on like actively pursuing joy in my life, actively making choices that like will benefit me in the future, as far as like from an emotional and mental health standpoint. So I am looking forward to working more with this deck. Let's check out that bottom of the deck energy here. Temperance. Oh, that is something I need in my life right now. I'm working really hard to find balance in all my hobbies. I'm purging. Did a purge on solstice. Oh, felt so good. And I'm just continuing to work to purge and get rid of hobbies that don't bring me joy anymore. So, and going back to the ones that do. And honestly, this is one of them that does. So I find this funny. A little bit of balance, a little bit of temperance in your life, a little bit of holding back, a little bit of not going whole hog on everything all the time. So yeah, what do you think of this deck? Is this one that you would get? Did you agree with the author's interpretations? Let me know in the comments what you thought and if this was helpful. I will see you soon with either a book review or another tarot deck review, because I've got quite a few more that I haven't done, and I've got some oracle ones. So yeah, and I might be building some mystery packs for a market, so maybe I'll do some of those on screen. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out.